Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. So today I'm featuring another Seiko, I say another, I don't think I feature too many of them, but this is the Seiko DressKX. I'll leave the model number in front of me, SRPE57 I think it is, but yeah, I can't remember to be honest. Yeah, guys, the reason I looked into this watch was I picked this was in my my basket and wish list on Amazon for ages, to be honest. And I just love the black dial with the off-white indices and hands with the gilt everywhere else really, in terms of the raised rehaut, in terms of the hands again, and it's just the dial on this watch is beautiful. Decent movement inside, and it's been one that I've wanted for a while. Fortunately, a sale came up. You all know I love a sale, and I just pulled the trigger. Well, I got one in. Probably keep it for a while. You never know with these things. I know you're going to keep them for. I've got a few watches in my collection that will be keepers, and I'm looking to do a state of the collection video in the next few months as well, so stay tuned for that. I wanted my channel to be a year old really before I really got into doing one, so it'll probably be November time that I bash one out. But yeah, the Seiko is a great brand. I don't agree with everything they do in terms of the charging the money they do for some of the watches they do, but then you're paying also for the history. Seiko's a massive brand, and then when you want to get onto the higher level, they've got Grand Seiko, again, great stuff. Spring drive movement in that is sensational. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a Seiko, to be honest. And I've said before, so I'll say it again, and I'll continue to say it. I think for the price that you buy some of these Seiko watches, they make the best dials out there. Honestly, the Seiko Save the Ocean, I've got the Seiko Presage watch, I've got the Negroni one. The dials are just unbelievable. They just can't be beat. This one's not quite as elaborate in terms of what's going on the dial, but in terms of the colorways and everything, it's beautiful. And it's one that if I think in the future I put on a different bracelet, I think it will just make it pop, to be honest. But guys, thank you for tuning back in. I do know that my intros are getting longer and longer just because I do like to talk, so do bear with me, do stay tuned. And yeah, without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch. As I said in the brief intro, it's better known as a Seiko DressKX. This is the packaging it comes in. Pretty generic packaging now for the sports range of Seiko 5s. Inside there, I'll just grab it out for you very quickly. They've got the caliber, so mine's a 4R36, so they've just included it as in sort of instructions for the movement. Let's see if they've signed it. No signage. You don't get them signed very often, to be quite honest, in my experience of certain Seikos and where you get them from. So I got this one. I got mine from Very, and yeah, there was a good offer on, so I purchased it. They were doing like a 10% sale off, so I thought I'd take the plunge, given as though I really like the watch anyway. But to get the box out of the way, and that's what you're left with, the inner box. So I'll show you the tang, just denoting the fact it's SRPE57K1, and also showing the 4R36 as the movement. I took 3 links out, and I've used one level of micro adjustment which I'm using as well, just to try and get that snug fit. I was trying to persist with 4 links out, but it was just a bit loose. I wasn't massively comfortable with it, to be quite honest. But let's put all this stuff away. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. But yeah, then you're left with the watch. I've been keen on this watch from the first time I saw it, to be honest, because I do like the fact that it's the black with gold. I think that really pops and looks really nice. But as I said, the model number is SRPE57K1, or I'm just going to refer to it as the SRPE57. The movement inside is an automatic 4R36 movement. It's 4R36 whilst in a Seiko. If you're going to get in a micro brand or an AliExpress special, it will be known as NH36. The case material, all the elements you can see aside from the Hardlex crystal and the mineral crystal in the back. So that'll be the fixed polished bezel, case, crown, outer part of the exhibition case back, hollow end links, bracelet and press clasp, all 316L stainless steel. The thickness of this watch is 12mm. The case diameter going from the 8 to the 2 is 40mm, and when you go from sort of like the 10 to the sort of 4-ish position, it's 43mm. The lug width is 20mm, and the lug to lug, tip to tip, is 45mm. So yeah, nice and compact, good sort of proportions for a dress watch. The case back style is an exhibition case back. Not the best movement in the world to look at, but I mean, it's definitely something, if it's your first automatic watch, you'll be fascinated with. So yeah, not too bad. The bezel is a fixed high polish bezel, as I alluded to already. Apologies guys, it's got some of my fingerprints on it. It is a hot day. I do apologise if you can hear my fan, but yes, it's very, very warm on the day of recording. The crown is a sterile crown. It is push-pull, so if we take it out all the way, it'll hack. Take it out to the first position, you can change the date, but we'll go through that in one moment. The strap material, excuse me guys, the strap material is stainless steel, and they are folded links. They've just been done to a higher level, and they've tried polishing or brushing out the fact that they are pressed, folded links. You can just about see the line, excuse me, in the center of the link, and you can hear how jingly jangly it sounds. And it is a press clasp also. It's got double safety pushes, one each side, and it sort of safety catch, and it has got Seiko embossed on there also. The crystal on this watch is a Hardlex crystal, pretty common with watches sort of south of £400 or $500 or $550, whatever. That's kind of what you get as standard, really. It's their own proprietary crystal. Let me just give it a wipe. It's supposed to be harder than mineral. I'm not sure if it is, but that's what they say. I've not had any problems with them myself, but I'm quite delicate with my watches anyway, so that's not to say that you won't scratch it. The water resistance of this watch is 100 meters or 10 atmospheres. So yeah, pretty cool for a dress watch. I won't be taking mine swimming or anything like that, but it should give you a bit of security knowing that it shouldn't be too much of a worry getting it wet if you need to. The weight of this watch, with all links included, I weighed in as 142 grams. When I took 4 links out, it was 126, because I did originally take out 4. But so was it 16, so 4, so it's about 130 grams now with 3 links 3 links taken out, excuse me. But yeah, so that's the dimensions and stuff for the watch for generally. But let's have a look at the dial in a bit more detail. So what you have is a rehaut inside with a minute track. That's also gilt, which is very, very nice. Inside that, you've got applied indices everywhere apart from the 3 o'clock, where you've got the day-date combination for the NH36. All applied really well. Obviously slightly different at 12, and then you've got the same at the 6 and 9. Pretty standard stuff. You've got the nice handset, which is also gilt. You've got lollipop at the other side of the second hand. Just below the applied indices at the 12, you've got Seiko with the 5 that looks a bit drunk. Your automatic written and script writing just above the indices at the 6. And yeah, I do like the way you've got the gold with the sort of off-white of the hands and the applied indices and the black. I think it looks pretty cool, to be honest. When I first saw this watch, I was loving it, to be honest. It was definitely one that didn't have to really sell itself to me very much. It was one that I just really liked the look of. But yeah, look, the movement, if you take it all the way out, and then we'll just run through, the date will change. I'll run to sort of like the 20 past 8 position. I like 20 past 8 or 10 past 10, just because it allows you to see everything. If you put it all the way back in, obviously you'll unhack. Take it to the first position. You can change the day and dates. So let's just go a few forward, and then just a random days. We'll stop it on Thursday, say. And so yeah, obviously it won't hack whilst you're in date mode. You put it all the way in. You can hand wind it, and as I say, you take it all the way out, it will hack. Back in, it will stop. But yeah, pretty cool movement. The dial is beautiful, and I'm probably going to invest in a half decent strap in the future. But that's the dial. I think it looks really, really stunning, and that's why I think this is why I bought the watch, to be honest, was the dial and the case stuff. The bracelet and stuff was probably an added extra for me. But let me pop it on my wrist. My wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference. And as I say, I've had to take 3 links out, and I've used the 1 level micro adjustment it gives you. And that's what it looks like on my wrist. Really, really nice. I like it. Yeah, really, really nice. I think it's a very, very good size for a dress watch, to be honest, guys. Not too big. I don't like my dress watches too big, to be honest. But yeah, that would now take me on to what I think is pants and Pukka. And if you've watched this before, you'll know I always start with pants, end with Pukka, end on a high. So yeah, in terms of what I think is pants, I'd go with the bracelet. As you can listen, Yeah, jingly jangly, folded links. They've tried doing it to a reasonable standard, to be honest. They've tried brushing out the sort of indentations on the side of the link, and yeah, and also the press clasp, so, and the hollow end links. It's just, yeah, everything that I don't like about the watch isn't the watch. It's the bracelet. It's the clasp. Just not very nice, to be honest. It's not too offensive, but for me, it's not what I'd like to keep on my watch, to be honest. So yeah, to recap, I'd go with the bracelet and the clasp for what I think is pants. I will give a long-term review, so that might change. What I think is Pukka, yeah, as you guys will know, I think the dial is beautiful. I really do. I think the dial is stunning, and that's the hands and the indices. They all come together with the gold, the off-white and the black. I just think it looks stunning. Yeah, really nice. The rehaut, in terms of it being raised, and also the fact the minute track is gilt as well. Yeah, I can't speak highly enough of this dial, to be honest. It's beautiful. And the movement, the fact you get a 4R36 movement, hacking hand winding, 40-hour power reserve. I think the fact it's a £200 watch, which is $250-ish dollars. If you spend sort of £20, £30, $40 on a decent strap for this watch, it's probably going to serve you for quite a long time, and it's probably going to give you a lot of fun, and it looks beautiful. Let's be honest, it really does. So to recap, I'd go with the dial, I'd go with the hands, I'd go with the applied the indices, the raised rehaut, and also with the gilt minute track and the movement in terms of what I think is Pukka. And would I recommend this watch? I would. I really like this watch. It's a keeper for me, at least for now. I do like the dial. Yeah, it's the bracelet. If you take it off, put it on a different strap for the time being, like maybe a leather strap or something like that would work. A sailcloth might work in terms of making it a bit more durable. Yeah, whatever you want really. Or get another stainless steel strap. AliExpress might be a good place to start. I know the only problem is sometimes with getting stainless steel bracelets is if you want to get end links to fit. Sometimes that can be a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this watch. I think it's beautiful. I got this for £180 on Very. So yeah, with the model number, do type it in on Google. Do shop around. I will leave a link taking you to it on Amazon, as well as maybe Very if it's still on offer. But do look around, guys. I always say do shop about. I have leave the link, but it's not an affiliate link or anything like that. And even if it was, there's no real pressure to use it. It helps the channel, but you've obviously got to do what's right for you financially. So always look out for better prices, guys, I would say. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this watch. Any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always, say thank you for tuning back in. And guys, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the best.